afternoon. Hotep. Assalamu alaikum. Hotep and all those other things. What else do y'all say in New York? Whatever. There's a million of them, yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about the black health crisis this afternoon and mostly focus on ways to avoid it and to escape it, if you would like. But this is a continuous, ongoing crisis. It's nothing new. It's just another way of talking about it this evening. But we've been in a black health crisis since we were put on those slave ships, if you ask me. But some of us haven't become aware of the issues that are going on, that we are deteriorating slowly at a very escalating rate recently. And it's primarily because we do not associate food with culture, like the Asians do that come to America, that open up an Asian market and send for their food. The Koreans that come here and open up a Korean market and send for their food. Everyone is attaching culture to food, and since we don't do that, we become victims of everyone else's culture's food, Chinese food, this food, that food. And some of us even think that slave food from the Puerto Rico and Latino countries is actually good food. Some old dried up dough in a trough that they rolled up into some food and they call it tortillas. That's slave food. So, but we have to become more aware of these things and not get duped by this whole commercial process that's coming at us. For instance, it's a very cheap way to make money. You just get some bleach white flour and add some water to it, and we call that dough. Of course, they've taken out the bran and sold that from the wheat. They've taken out the vitamin E from the wheat and sold that, and the other byproducts, the nutrients they take and put in cattle feed. And then they give you the bleach white flour and they mix it with water and call it dough, and sometimes they bake that dough and call it bread. Sometimes they put salt on that dough and call it crackers. Sometimes they put sugar in that dough and call it cookies. Sometimes they boil that dough in water and call it macaroni and spaghetti. But essentially, all you're eating is some old cheap waste product from a factory called bleach white flour. You're actually eating the lowest form on the wheat anyway, and wondering what's happening to our health becomes a mystery to us. Probably because we also duped by the whole logic that since it's white, it can't be but so bad for us. But I'm wearing this white to remind you of that fact, that white is bad for you. You just look at me and say, he's wearing something white, I better watch what he's saying. A nigga could be coming from anywhere, you know. Just be mindful of that. So we're going to go over a few things in our health crisis, mostly for the sake of the children. A lot of us will not be saved. I'll come back here next year or next month, and some of y'all just be dead, or be on dialysis, or your teeth will have rotten out. Some of you will be impotent. Some of you won't even have your prostate anymore. Some of you will have fibroid tumors. And of course, the majority of you will still have bad breath. But nonetheless, we're talking about this holistic field that you hear this word kicked around so much today. And this is a holistic chart showing you the relationship to organs in the body, to water, and to colors, to musical notes, to geometrical shapes. As you can clearly see, we have the genitals, the ovaries, and testicles. The Kemetic word is tek. The color related to that is orange. Well, thank you very much, my brother. Appreciate it. Water. The color is orange. The musical note that would help heal the testicles and ovaries is D. So someone could do music therapy and play the note D, and that would help heal the testicles and ovaries. Or they can make a geometrical shape while they dance, what you call dance therapy, of the number 2 and the number 9, or the sounds of BKT are very nourishing for the ovaries and testicles. So when you put all this together, we call it holistic. You're treating the body with music, colors, and geometrical shape, dance therapy, music therapy, color therapy. And that's what we refer to when we're talking about this business of holistic medicine, holistic healing. The problem with that in this business that I'm in is that we still use European science as the basis of interpreting this language. And you can't use European allopathic chemistry and biology to talk about holistic health. But the majority of people in my business, we do that. We use allopathic chemistry and biology to talk about holistic health, and you come up with some very weird, stupid solutions and understandings of things. We'll make a chemical from soybeans and say, okay, this chemical we made from soybeans is harmful to you, so therefore you should not eat soybeans. It's the same as making a chemical from poppy and saying don't eat poppy. And what's the chemical we make from poppy? What is it? Thank you. So that doesn't make the poppy bad. It's just the chemical I made from poppy is bad. But as long as that chemical is in the poppy itself, poppy seeds will not hurt you. But that's when you're taking an allopathic chemical approach to things. You have to look at how these nutrients fit together wholly, holistically, how they synergistically work together. And therefore, the arsenic in asparagus doesn't hurt you. But when you take the arsenic and asparagus out, it will kill you. But as long as it's put together by God, you have no problems with it. So we have to get away from thinking you can talk black and use a white science. If you're going to talk black, you have to use black science, which today we call holistic science. We give all our black sciences different names: holistic medicine, alternative medicine. That's just the terms we use from the stuff they stole from Africa. I don't want to disillusion you. None of the things I'm talking about this evening are new. They're just old stuff. They're just new to you because our science was taken from us, along with our language, along with our country, and those things that we value in our lives. I'm going to be talking a whole lot of terms here that I flip around, and sometimes I assume that everyone knows what I'm talking about. Isn't that right, Claiborne? But a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm bringing everybody up to speed here. We're talking about the digestive system. Digestion starts in the mouth when you chew the food up and masticate it, as we call it, and the food turns into a liquid. That's when you should swallow the food. You shouldn't swallow the food when it's chunks and bites. You take a little bite out of something and push it down with a Coca-Cola. That's not digestion. The food has to be chewed up and turned into a liquid. Then you swallow it. Then we're talking about the digestive process. And we have these little glands up here, the parotid gland, salivary gland, that makes this stuff you call spit, which triggers the enzymatic, the breakdown of the food. So it's very important that you chew the food a long time to make this gland back here get activated, called a parotid gland. When that gland is activated, it causes your immune system to get strong. It also causes you to taste the off flavor in the food. So it's to a McDonald's advantage for you to take a few bites out of the food and swallow it. Because if you chew it a long time, you're going to start tasting the chemicals in the food. It's all about manipulation and control here. Then we go down this little tube here, which we call the esophagus, coming from the word phagus, which means eat, which you call faggot, someone who eats sperm. But nonetheless, let's not get into that subject. So the food comes down here, and it goes into the stomach here, which is a bulging out of a tube. And there's three parts to the stomach, one up here, one here, and one here. And the food just sits in the center of the stomach, and digestion isn't occurring there. It doesn't occur until the food slides up on the skin. And once it touches the skin of the pancreas, then we get into some digestive process. Then the food goes down into your small intestines and large intestines, which people call their stomach. That is not your stomach. Your stomach is on what side of your body? The left side of your body is about the size of your fist. It's right over here, size of your fist. That's how big your stomach is. That's how much food you should be eating at one time. Anybody eating more? So everybody here is so perfect, I don't know why the hell I'm here.